So for some time now, actress Nanama McBrown have been off screens. Many people even believe say Onya TV and Onya FM feel, but apparently, this was because Nanama McBrown was not on screens because Nisa just say some years ago kunya accident ebuya omoye surgery this say still na ahanum. And now we are learning say science na had na because of that na be require medical attention because she was feeling so much pain, and at the end of the day kamia kweye say am nankasa na say theater form. And finally Nanama McBrown returning our party say for once akwa akoye ne nsa ni bim no koye ya sisi a ne nsa no on Philippines square bim and a doctor for so akachin sisi a no agro and I say apre ne asan niema no also to ne boase yenkoti in some of the two joy by better.
This is the 5th time. Wow. Means I said you home. Because accident near back continuously on and off ebu near 4 times. And if I should tell you sika akumwa bisa me ho say inti say enye nanama anase obi a obenya kanensa no de nkobeja fa kwan na akoye mimpo no nyame eje mama eyankwanhia ne baaye nyame enkume ebu na masira na waye me nhyada nkasese mikobu mensa no dabi but won say wan koso a onye den unni asam no nyina no metiam more than ebusua panyi wo me fie ensa ba ko pewe no for 12 and almost 13 years ni we na ye adwuma saa na mdete ha and adomara kwa na mdisisi mi piles nkaka akasa ebedu bebi mpo no betumi amansa na home enye me ho na tame na me sorry a me activation na onua so time na me sa rough baby enye me ho na tame but I think say aduma chede na nyankopon dem ame no so
you have it
ospakinji na no refi say me nsa no so ba konye. Yeah, if you are talented, it is God who tune you.
Yeah.
Into no to me jino. Time be opes wo jino. Into a baby a me mete nwom no. Ase mo album. Na me mani age chen nwom to ni no. And the basa bo se me refi say me nsa ye me ya. But say no da hwe no be do so. Me hwe me ho ye. Say de to so num ya. Me te he ya me ti me nsa ni mu. Amenti ya ubiyo no. Medanyami aseje. Mitimi peja mensa. Boko. Sasa minti nyankanya ha no me display. Me ye fisio. Nti e ka ho.
Okay.
Mitimi peja mensa ma. Ene ye dedade afofra hyemu atuni no. Asili ba bia ma. Asa hwe ye kekayif no. Minti ya this is the 5th time. Wow. Means I said you home. Because accident near back continuously on and off ebu near 4 times. And if I should tell you sika akumwa.
Just be a nurse because you went to nursing school. You should be able to pass a certain benchmark before you be able to work at a certain hospital. Because it is looking like, say, Nana the Dankweku for the free SHS been here running your nursing in Ghana. You can be the most weak-minded student. As far as Wafa free SHS, you don't do exams, they don't evaluate you, you don't go through any assessment, and all come free SHS for no. We need to make sure the whole nursing thing is it's based on your performance. Because we don't have performance based over America, over Europe, nurses get to work or nurses are paid. Some nurses are very expensive because of their performance record. Because when you check their performance track record, it is 100%. So whatever they demand, they get those kind of payments. Now, you cannot mix those lazy nurses, some of them, to the high-performing nurses and expect to get the same results. Because some nurses might be very efficient, very some nurses are very accommodative. Some are very good communicators. Some are very good at their job. Some nurses are terrible at these things. So you cannot pair such people to work in an institution and expect the institution to run 100%. If you want to get the best out of our nurses and also the quality we expect from our hospitals, then it should be based on performance. We cannot just say, when we are nursing school, quiet nurse. No. When you start your nursing career, there should be some benchmark that you should be able to meet before you can be given the nod to be paid a certain salary. And it's about the nurses don't joke. Ghana from nursing, they don't fuck around because it is based on your performance. When the management get to know your performance is below par, you might even lose your license as a nurse. So let's not make it look like, yes, sorry, or because nursing school, you need to push the person at rage. You need to put the person at kolebu. Because when it comes to performance, it involves a lot of things. And it's in a by way by car say, when you use example to say teacher licensure exams, you cannot use one day to check a teacher's 4-year career and normal question with school and say because you could not write these exams the way we want it, whatever you went to learn, life skills, competence, grammar, all has been put in the dustbin. Go home. No. And it's about way by say, sir, teacher licensure exams, it needs to be scrapped. It should be a cumulative. As time goes on, you are checked on your skill, your competence, your your attendance, how you put your notes together, your interaction with students. All these cumulatives, they come together to become a whole teacher. So you cannot use one exams to justify whether a teacher is good or not. We need to do the same to nurses. We in the field and you are working, we need to have a performance-based check. Send a bayer out to make us a wish green and white pair. Technically, or obviously, you have to be paid. No, you need to perform to a certain level to be able to get the nod or to be paid. These are the kind of things they need to be fighting for. In the association of Mutimno, if you want the welfare of a nurse, then you need to get a nurse who is willing and ready to work. Ghana nurse because somebody is checking their performance. And when your performance is good, when the white man is paying you, he doesn't care. But back home, nobody's checking any nurse's performance. Nothing is based on performance. People have just been left to go in there and become nurses. Nurse need to make air time. Ubeko hospitals in there are some nurses there, not our duty, not or to TikTok so. There are some nurses who do videos from hospitals abroad. They are on duty. These are things we need to make sure we have some performance-based thing to guide our nursing industry. But these fools don't care about those things. What they do is that they lie to the nurses. Working conditions. They know some things are not things they can get from the government. But what they do is, because they want to be in the position they are in, to be paid, to get the opportunities, to use that position to get money, they'll bundle a lot of things and tell the kids, say, this is what we are doing. They don't do that. They don't do that. In the Ustadia, that is why we are having a lot of inefficiencies in our nursing industry or in our health sector, because we have nurses who are committed and we have very lazy nurses who are not supposed to be merged with the committed ones. Because Mr. Sorena Mibe Juma and I'm so effective, I'm going up and down. Now say me say obi a lazier. As time goes on, that motivation that I have is going to drop. That is why we need to make sure this nursing thing is based on performance. And it's not because there's nothing that is going to stop them from knowing into the moment they pass out of nursing school. No, it shouldn't be like that. Because if we are expecting our ministers and government officials to perform, then we expect we the civilians or the civil servant to also perform equally. And if we are not going to put some benchmark to check a nursing or Ghana, our health sector will break down. But what will happen? And I say most of them will travel outside and they'll become very effective. And that is what we are witnessing now. Our nurses travel outside and they work like donkeys. They work like dogs. They work like cows. You know why? Because Bronino or the rules not to war or the benchmark not to war or the performance not to war. If you don't meet it, you drop out. Into our Ghana, there's nothing that is pushing him or her to make sure they deliver their utmost best. So what they do is, We don't care. Obi wo na nurse twem. Say a Ridge Hospital no video ni chirawa. Some nurses were very efficient. Some nurses too did not fucking care. Because at the end of the day, they're going to be paid. And that is the conversation we need to be having. These are the critical conversations we need to be having. But when you have fools like this who do politics, we place them in vital positions like this to lead these young girls. What they are going to do is they are going to milk them indirectly without the kids knowing. Into meno kasa na ji, your nurse be or tie kurasi bia, obi dying one bedroom be no team, toilet cranim, kwasa waiting kind of all kun tokwa are there because our personal issue with the government, our personal issue with the minister.